Welcome back to Bronze League Heroes. We have sending out 2 probes. TLK. And his opponent, the Zerg player spawning in on, by the way, Battle on the Boardwalk. Lochlan. I don't know why I put that up there. A very early probe scout coming out. What intentions does he have with this? He really doesn't like probes. He really doesn't like probes. The probe, leading him on the chase. He's been cannon rushed too many times before. He has enough for a spawning pool. The probe taking a dangerous angle. One more hit. The Predator drones are on the chase. Beautiful micro. He needs to survive. The probe has HP again. He's trying to go for the flank. The drone's on the other side. One looks on. Oh, he catches him on the minerals and assassinated. First try every time. And there will be no cannon rushes from that probe today. On the other side, there is a forge. But another probe may cannon rush because there is a forge done. He's hard-walled off. Unfortunately, in cannon rushing a Zerg player, you can only get so close. Is he gonna start from back here? I'm not entirely sure what his intent is, but TLK does not have savory intentions. He's gonna begin the cannon rush. I think he might be able to get a cannon barely in range of the mineral line. So his fears were not necessarily unfounded. I would argue maybe he overcommitted a little bit to the drone attack. And by that I mean entirely. And anyways, but TLK has 12 probes, one of which is on the other side of the map making cannons. They are in vision range here of Lochlan. You suck! He doesn't even try. He pulled all the drones before, but now he pulls nothing as 5 cannons are on the way. You suck. He makes his 5 cannons. They can't really hit the hatchery. Cannon rush equals no skill, says Lochlan. Just the definitive measure of skill. He knows skill, alright, he's seen many skills before. And he looked at it and he realized, wow, that's just a no-skill play. So despite his earlier misgivings, Lochlan is not going to react to the cannon rush. He is going to be able to get a cannon in range of the mineral line. There are some lings going across the map. A drone is on the way to... He has the minerals for a hatch. But first he has to hatch a plan. I believe this will hit the... More drones coming off the line. I'm not entirely sure. There's nowhere else for them to go. He's going to expand to directly outside his opponent's base, where he could potentially be hit. This cannon might even reach the mineral patches. It's 13 to 21 supply. Lochlan has... TLK has no intention of transitioning out of this. Of all the places he could have chosen, he chose the one place where the mineral line can be protected by cannons on the high ground. So Lochlan, maybe with some poor decision-making here. It looks like... 2 mineral patches can be hit. Unfortunately here, the cannons don't really wall off. He's continuing. He's still at... How many workers? 13 workers. 13 total probes. That's all he's invested in. He's going for the wall at the front, but drones have already slipped through. The rest of the drones make their way out, even though they were mining happily and safely. He's completely abandoned his main as he chases down a probe, but he chases him into the cannons! The probe jebaiting all the drones in. A masterful bait if I've ever seen one. Oh my god, that cannon is right there. He can see him mining! He can see the creep! The drones are mining of all the places to put your base. Lochlan still has plenty of money for a hatchery. I don't understand. TLK still has not made an additional probe. He's gotten back to where he started with 12 probes, full chrono boost, no gateway. TLK? I mean, Lochlan said it was a no-skill build, but I would argue that he has all of one skill, and it is cannon rushing, as the first gateway is coming up at the 5-minute mark. He has yet to realize that Lochlan is happily mining from what is essentially his third base. This probe, finally realizing the situation, the cannon on the high ground, Lochlan. He never could have predicted this move. Alright, he expanded directly underneath the lip of his opponent's main. But these cannons are going to come as a complete shock, a complete surprise. Just absolutely gobsmacked when these cannons come up. And I'm sure he'll have something to say about it. He seems like a talkative guy. He has 62 actions per minute, almost double our cannon rusher. Unfortunately, there is no high ground vision. The Queen will retreat. The main base. Can you actually get cannons back here? TLK just redefining the boundaries of what can and cannot cannon. Two drones will live very short and painful lives. The lair is finished. Unfortunately, the lair can be hit by cannons from the high ground. He's also cannon rushing the Roach Warren. You can't. There's no way to get a cannon back here, right? He could cannon rush the low ground to kill the spawning pool on the other side. Oh my god. But despite all of this, Lochlan maintains the supply lead. The gateways are on the opposite side of the map. We do not have a cyber core yet. Lochlan's still up on workers. Well, I take that back. Probes are being produced. But the worker count is nearly even. TLK has been laser focused on this one strategy. And he's missed the forest for the tree. I'm not entirely sure what this is for. There's going to be a pylon down here. Honestly, everything else at least seem to have some sort, no matter if it's a good or a bad or a useful, I have no idea what this pylon is for. It's anyone's guess. Is he going to cannon rush down? He may just now be discovering the fact that these rocks exist. What is in TLK's vision here? Okay. He has killed the Roach Warren. And he is... Now, the thing is, this won't actually hit any units attacking the rocks. It will just hit units if they come through the rocks. So he's definitely played battle on... He's battled on the boardwalk before. I guarantee you that. But maybe in more unique situations than we're used to. We got 3 more cannons. 2 zealots, the first units, aside from probes, that have been produced. Lochlan sitting back. He's making links. The worker count is 21 to 22, but he's got 2 bases. TLK is starting to mine out, but... Is he going to be a gold digger? I think it's incredibly likely. There we go. Already pre-defended with the triple cannon. The second layer of the game is on the way, and as is the second Roach Warren, and possibly soon the second spawning pool. And we've now had 4 hatcheries. Is the number on top of the 18 cannons already on the field. Lochlan is supply blocked. He did lose a hatchery, which counts as 6 supply. 3 more overlords on the way. The spawning pool will be taken out. TLK is now long distance mining with a handful of probes. He has yet to figure out what Chrono Boost is. We do not have a cyber core. So this tech tree is still a seed. The overlords of Lochlan. He's in a very unorthodox position here. Kind of on the outer corner of just completely opposite corner from his base. But still surrounded by cannons on all sides. There are cannons to the north. There are cannons to the east. There are cannons to the south, and to the west lies ruin. Has he figured it out? Did he see the gold? He still does not have vision. He has to have an idea. A hydralisk den. is on the way. Lochlan up by 20 supply. TLK could potentially expand on the corpse of Lochlan's old base, which has been completely cleared. There is still no cyber core. We're not entirely sure. Well, he built gateways on the other side for zealots. TLK, 34 actions per minute. Let's go to the TLK action cam. The TLK action cam brought to you by Rosart. Crayola for kids whose parents don't love them. As you see, he is rapidly pumping out probes. Rapidly. Mining gas. No real way to do anything with that gas. And a cyber core, the 11-minute cyber core. Unfortunately, Lochlan has already made it up to 63 supply. He's gonna find himself very soon. Wait, actually, and there's your chat log for the game. I just wanna. TLK batting almost, or pitching almost a perfect game here. With 1 probe lost to 2350 minerals and 100 gas, which includes drones, hatcheries, lairs, zerglings, assorted buildings. Thank you.
Your dedication will be rewarded.
Glad you enjoy. 2 Stargates on the way, the classic transition, a second evolution chamber. Lochlan. It's now 40 workers to 36. Well, the incomes are remarkably similar, but TLK is expanding. Wait, he's got 4. Is that 4? Stargate Command has been re-established in the last place Lochlan will expect. He's warping them inside of Lochlan's old main. He's got gas in the bank. He's got plenty of minerals. His income is good. Lochlan has next to no vision. He still doesn't even know about the gold base. It's now going to be 2 going on 3 bases to 2. But what's the play here? And now he's already got the cannon perimeter to keep this base safe. This isn't actually... He tried to wall it up. That's not actually a wall. There's a gap there. But Lochlan has plenty of supply. 92 to 42. +1 shields and +1 air weapons are being chrono boosted out, so he does know how to chrono boost. Still rocking out at 33 actions per minute. TLK taking his time. Let's go back to the Rosart cam. Reinforcing the cannons on each side. He's watched professional players, and then he's watched Taz.
Yes, just as I deserve.
Thank you.
PLS help.
Oh, there's some zealots down there. Lochlan up to 108 supply. Void Rays are in production. No fleet beacon yet. No workers. 3842. But there's still some money. There's still some gas in the bank. I mean, we get enough Void Rays with good enough upgrades. Hydras are good, but are they good enough? Alright. Lochlan, we're still waiting. He's just slowly but surely building up the hydralisk count. He still has no true idea. The pylon, a fleet beacon, this main base. He's really committing to the tech here, despite having all of his Void Rays on the opposite side of the map. The rocks are being taken down. The perimeter cannons, they can't withstand the entire Zerg army. Of course, he does have access to recall as well to bring units from anywhere on the map to one of his next side. Does he know about it? Does he know how to use it? Will he use it? Those are all better questions. It's a lot of Hydras. 29 Hydralisks. They're going to have 2-1 quite soon. A few roaches smattered in there as well. The cannons are scouted out by the Overseer. And the cannons will just be ripped to shit. He goes straight for the pylon, taking extra damage to the cannons. But we'll eventually be able to clean them up with minimal losses. Lochlan with 2,000 gas and 2,000 minerals and 900 gas. But he's got the army. 76 army supply. Everything is in Void Rays on the opposite side of the map. TLK, will you evacuate the probes? Some Hydras in the front are really making sure the Hydras from behind don't get a good sight. Oh, he works his way forward. All the probes will fall. TLK scrambles to rebuild these Void Rays. He's well defended at the front, but he's been backstabbed. Void Rays? Wait. There's not that many buildings. There's really not that many Zerg buildings. The Void Rays are on an intercept course. The Hydras are caught in an awkward position. The Void Rays find the bases. He can burn these down, and if he knows how to use recall, and that's a big if, he can target down the hatch. He goes for the hatch. The prismatic alignment is not used. The Hydras find their way down. Is he going to fight them straight up? That is a mistake. He's trying to burn through them. But the Hydras have the upgrades, and we'll be able to take out the Void Rays. Yeah, TLK realizing that a little bit too late. Now Lochlan will lose one of his bases. He's down to limited income, but he's got money in the bank. He can build like 20 more Hydras. TLK is slowly mining from the Nexus on the grave of Lochlan's main. But I emphasize the point slowly. The incomes have shifted. I mean, they're both on very low economy. Make no mistake. The gold base is being taken by Lochlan. He's re-expanding as well to what I will tentatively call his third. Four Void Rays wait for their opportunity. More Void Rays are on the way across. It's a total of 8 against 37 Hydras with 2-1 upgrades. Is it going to be a base trade? The cannons? He's funneled into this tiny corridor, but the cannons are not enough. He tried to set it up, but at the same time, the Void Rays will backstab. He goes for the Queen. He can finish off the lair. The lair under fire. The Hydras are not coming back to defend. There are 5 Hydras in production. That's not going to be enough to deal with these Voids. We're in a full base trade. They're 1-1-1 Voids. He can get the tech as well. The Hydras are all in production. One hatchery just finishes. The main base is being cleared out, but there's another base on the other side. All the infrastructure will fall besides the Stargates themselves. He's targeting down another hatch. If Lochlan loses all of his drones and all of his hatcheries, then he simply cannot build any more things, and he will lose the game. But the Void Rays, they don't know about the gold base in the back. The Forge will fall. The Forge, which has gotten so much value throughout this game. The Void Rays looking for an opportunity. The drone count, it's 33 to 23 in the probes. But a lot of probes are vulnerable, over half in this main. The Void Rays are going to find where the drones are coming from. They're going to get an idea. They're leading them. The breadcrumbs are leading them. He could kill all the Overlords. He's going to kill the drones as well. He could kill everything on the way down here. Will the Hydras come back to defend? He's losing so much of his potential supply. Lochlan will not be able to rebuild. The Hydras have to pack all the way up and come right back down. He could have killed the hatch. Maybe a critical mistake, but he can't build any more units. That's only 5 Hydras there. He's getting flanked on both sides. Does he go for the hatchery? Does he go for the hatchery? The Hydras are on the way down. He's targeting the hatch. The Hydras are here. The Hydras are killing the Voids. He will retreat. Maybe not in the most ideal pattern. But more will go down. He's forced to run all the way around. He finds the tech. Without this, he can't build anything. He's going for the Evo chamber inexplicably first. The Hydralisk den is next under fire. Another Hydra comes up. It will be burned. There's still some Hydras back on this side. He can flank. He's rebuilt the spawning pool. 1 Void Ray falls. TLK desperately trying to get what he needs to get done. More Hydras trying to sneak their way around. He's just going to give up everything. Lochlan, now we're in 1 base versus 1 base. Lochlan in the opposite corner from where he started, and TLK in the corner where his opponent started. We have traded bases, traded spaces, and traded faces. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. But if he had just targeted down that hatch. I mean, there's still money in the bank. There's only so many minerals left to mine here, as TLK was mining for a while, but 2,600 minerals and 1,200 gas. Lochlan had to spend some on overlords. The void ray count is 7 now against 19 hydras. If there are too many more void rays, like 10 or 11 might be enough to kill the hydras. It's a dangerous game. There are no other buildings on the map. There are only 5 Zerg buildings left right now, though he has money to rebuild hatcheries. And it looks like he will. He's going to expand a TLK's natural, or he will attempt to. Unfortunately, he's boxed in here. If he tries to move out, the void rays can easily clean up everything left. Whereas if he doesn't move out, TLK, I say this once again with a large grain of salt. TLK will be able to macro up. Looking for the opportunity. He sees the hydras. I don't know if that's a fight you want to take. He's going to take it anyways. Those are 2/2 hydras. They have the range. The void rays are not doing very well. Lochlan will lose a lot of his hydras, but all of the void rays on the attack will fall. TLK without much money in the bank. 2 more void rays will try to do what about 7 void rays couldn't. I don't know about that call. The 3rd or 4th layer of this game, I don't remember exactly how many there have been. I want to say 3rd. Wait. 3rd layer of this game is being morphed. The 6th and 7th hatcheries. TLK still mining from the main. This base will mine out, but he's rebuilding the Hydra deck. Will TLK find another base? A Zealot is being sent out. This gold base is still looking like prime real estate if TLK realizes it. And how many Hydra dens? This is our 2nd Hydra den. Thank you. My drone is escaping. Lochlan looking for an opportunity. He's going to go back to his once and future main. TLK is still mining with 18 probes. He's actually got a little bit higher income because the minerals are starting to dry up here. If he doesn't expand soon, he will eventually run out of money. There's only a few hundred minerals on each of these patches. There's less than 1,000 minerals remaining to be banked up. TLK is not spending his money, though. So we'll have to see. There's no cyber core. There are gateways. Did he get warp gate? There is no warp gate. A Nidus network on the way. If he can get in behind the cannons, the probe passes by the drone. Where's this probe going? One of the only overlords. He tries to go up the ramp. Nope, the cannons are still there. You knew these cannons were here. Like, nothing has changed. More void rays on the way. That might have inspired him. A probe finds its way across. He may re-expand to the natural that never was. Alright. The minerals are starting to mine out. There's still 2,100, 1,400 in the bank here for Lochlan. Lochlan did not mine much of his main, thankfully, here for TLK. In the original cannon rush, which was quite dramatic. Four more void rays, and of course, you always need a forge. 14 more hydralisks are the choice. It is going to be 35 hydras against 7 void rays. On paper, the hydras win every time. But in practice, there are ramps, there are cannons, but there's an overlord at the back. He does have a Nidus network. If he doesn't, does he see? TLK sees the overlord. Well, he sees it, but does he see it? Let's go to the Rosart action cam once again for TLK, see what he's up to. Just a little bit of patrolling around. Technically, that overlord is on his mini-map. I'm not sure what happened to the probe. There's still a probe on the other side. This base has been untouched. Most of the bases have been untouched, to be honest. But the Nidus, his one shot, his one opportunity. Well, actually, he could just attack. But another fleet beacon. He never used the first one. We'll use the second one. But what? What is he? He's in the Nidus. All the Hydras are in the Nidus. But now he doesn't have a worm from which to expel them. What? Does he realize? Let's go to the Lochlan action cam. He sees. This is it. The Nidus is on the way. It all comes down to TLK. Does he realize? The Nidus is coming up. There are next to no cannons in this position. Seconds are ticking down. Just a couple seconds away. The Nidus will finish, but how many Hydras will escape? It pops in his only base. The Hydras are on their way out. Probes are being slaughtered. The Void Rays come out, but he's going for the Nidus network, but so many Hydras have already escaped from it. Now there is no retreat. He's trying to drag them into the cannons. This is the only Nexus. Another Void Ray? No, the cannons will help. The Nexus taking fire. Another Nidus worm on the way to bring the rest. How many are still in there? About half the Hydras. Does he have enough? He's trying to drag them into the cannons. TLK is no longer mining. How many probes does he have left? 4 probes. There's still cannons at the back. Another Void Ray pops out, possibly the last one. Another Nidus comes in. There's not enough money for another Nexus! It's a disaster! Has not rebuilt his base and is being revealed. He's going down to the gold, but he has just realized he has spent too much. Somehow. Oh, wait! Whoa, 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 whoa! The Void Rays are going across the map. TLK's final gambit. He's fighting the cannons. He's targeting... No, he's targeting the Stargate! He's going for the pylons! No, the cannons! No, the cannons are all still firing! He's targeting the pylons! No, Lochlan had it! He had it! But the cannons are doing so much damage! He's trying to target down! At the same time, the Void Rays are on the other side! He hasn't even killed the cannons yet! He needs to bring them back through the Nidus network! If he doesn't do that, he can't bring the Hydras home. But there are no more buildings. He can rebuild pylons. There are only so many. He builds another pylon. He understands the situation. There's no money in the bank. Lochlan cannot rebuild a hatchery. This is it. No more bases for anybody. There's a pylon on the other side. He's being revealed still. He can't rebuild, but he can build extractors. Oh, he's targeting down the buildings. Will he rebuild in time? The drones are going for a pylon! The drones are going for the last pylon! The drones are going for it! There's only one, there's one probe left! The pylon! It's the last building! It's it! This is it! This is the end! Oh, he builds another pylon at the last second! The drones are not rebuilding an extractor! There's only so many, but the Nidus worm! The Nidus worm! The Nidus worm versus the one pylon! There's 142 minerals left! He can build one more pylon! The drones are on the chase! He's going for the Nidus network! The drone's on this pylon! The Hydra's on the other side of the map and they cannot come home, but there's still the Nidus worm! The last pylon! This is it! That's the he needs to rebuild one more! He's trying to escape! No! It's over! Lochlan wins! With one building on either side, the drone rush! From the very start, he started it with a drone rush. He ended it with a drone rush. He wasn't able to rebuild. He was on the creep. Somehow, despite it all, Lochlan was able to persevere on the edge of defeat. But the drones saved the day. What a battle.